All right, good morning, everyone. Happy Saturday. Hope you're having a good start off to your weekend. Temperatures aren't too bad right now. So we have a couple of things to talk about for this morning as we get closer to the lunchtime. And I'm just checking comments, making sure everything is working. But, I just want to make sure everyone's just out there and enjoying their summer. But right now we're taking a look and just a couple of clouds out there, nothing to worry about. We're at 82 degrees right now, so it's not super hot outside. And this is pretty average for this time of year. So good news there. We're not looking at the triple degree heat right now, but we are going to keep an eye on it because it looks like next week that's something that we could see. But let's take a look now at our weather headlines. And today, for your Saturday, you really should enjoy it being outside. Even though it is warm, this is actually going to be the coolest day of the week. Now, this is because we're going to have this triple-digit heat that's going to make a return, and I'll let you know why in just a moment. But one more thing we're going to be looking at is the Saharan dust forecast. So we do have some Saharan dust that is showing up on one of the models. So this is something that we are going to keep an eye on, and I'll show you that in just a moment as well. Taking a look. George, yes, we definitely do need some rain. We can look at the drought monitor as well. It actually has improved pretty drastically for some parts. So that's some good news there. But let's take a look now across the city. So taking a live look around San Antonio, you can see we have that blue sky that's starting to show up near Morgan's Wonderland and also at the airport. But we are going to see those clouds start to diminish, and then those temperatures are going to warm up in the 90s for this Saturday afternoon. But we do have some rain on the map. You can see just up near Dallas and just a little bit farther up to the northern areas there of our beautiful Lone Star State. But because unfortunately in San Antonio, we're not looking at any of that rain that's going to be making it our way for today. But we are looking at a lot of warm weather. Like I said, it's not too bad right now. Our current temperature is at 82, 80s across the board here. Bernie, it's a little bit cooler than us. They're at 81 degrees to start off this Saturday. New Braunfels at 84, San Marcos 86, and Austin is warmer than us here in San Antonio. They're at 87 degrees right now, so they're definitely already starting to feel those warm temperatures. Now taking a look a little bit closer to our area, let's take a look at Randolph, near Randolph Air Force Base. If you live near that area, it's 83 degrees right now. And if you live out near Castroville, it's warmer at 88 degrees. So much warmer there out to the western portions there of Bexar County. Now, something that we are really starting to as well feel with these warm temperatures are these high dew points. So 72, that's pretty warm. That's definitely something you can feel when you step outside. You're definitely going to feel it on your skin. It's something that's going to make the temperatures feel much warmer. When we talk about heat indices, we add this kind of, we take into account what the dew point is. So it is going to make these temperatures feel much warmer with this humidity. But the good news is that we have some wind out there. So there is a breeze, 9 miles per hour in San Antonio, 14, a little bit more breezy in Cotulla and Carrizo Springs. They're at 14 miles per hour. And taking a look at what we can expect the rest of the afternoon, it's going to look around 97 degrees for our high temperature. So that's a couple of degrees above average for this time of year. So, it's not too bad compared to some other states. They're going to be looking at some very warm weather. It's going to be extremely warm for them. They'll be getting into some warnings for next week. But, for us, it is going to be warm, but not like what other people will be expecting out in the other states out to the west of us. So if you have some pets, if you have dogs, any of those furry friends that you need to take out for a walk, just know that when it is at 90 degrees, it feels like it's 125 degrees on the concrete. So that is too hot to trot with this graphic here. So if you, a lot of the puppies or dogs, they just have their bare paws out there. So it does feel rather warm for them. It could feel like it is burning their paws. So the best thing to do is to try to just keep them on the grass, or, you know, have them wear little shoes to help protect their feet from the heat. But let's take a look now also at what's going to be happening for the next couple of days. So I'm going to push this back as we go into tomorrow. So you can see here we're kind of, Texas is in between these two high pressures. So we're going to be getting a lot of moisture from the Gulf. That's going to increase those humidity levels. And then as we put this into motion for Sunday, you can see that this high pressure just off to the west of Texas gets very strong. You see those darker colors start to appear as it expands. So it is going to get stronger, and when that happens, we have those temperatures that continue to increase a little bit each day. That's why I said that today is probably the coolest day, because for the next couple of days, we're just going to see those temperatures rise. Now, this high pressure is also going to be sinking air. So what that means is we're going to have very little chance for really any rain to develop, unfortunately. And this high pressure is really going to hang around. I mean, we have Monday, we have Tuesday. You can see it doesn't really go, it really doesn't go too far. It's kind of just going to be sitting over us there. And so that means, yeah, the heat is definitely going to continue. So if you have plans, you know, with the family or friends, especially if you're celebrating any of those summer activities, just know that to bring bottled water, bring sunscreen, bring a hat, sunglasses, you know, just really you want to protect yourself and stay aware of just how hot it is outside, because just the more you sweat, the more you lose water, and it can be very dangerous if you're not properly hydrated. So like I said, this high pressure isn't going anywhere for the rest of the week, so we're going to keep with those warm temperatures. Now, taking a look at the drought comparison, where we were just really 6 to 7 months ago, you can see that San Antonio was in kind of this burgundy color. And now if I put this into motion, the burgundy is the worst stage of drought. And I mean, Bexar County was kind of in the bullseye there. But I mean, see how much it's improved. We've had a lot of good days of rain. And so now we're looking at, you can see Bexar County is more into that more beige color and orange color. So that's moderate to severe drought, which means we still do need the rain, but it's not as bad as where we were. The exceptional drought is still just off to the north of Bexar County in places like Kerrville, so they are still in dire need of rain. But a lot of this yellow, I mean, that's not really drought, it's just dry. It's just a dry area. So places, you know, near Pleasanton, they've really gotten out of that drought category. So I'm sure they're happy about that. You know, good for them for sure. But now let's take a look at what we were talking about, that Saharan dust. So we're going to put this into motion. I'm actually going to stop it so you can see that it moves all the way from the Saharan desert area and moves all the way across the Atlantic and over to, you know, Central America and into North America. And you can see that it was kind of just, you know, pushes in these plumes of Saharan dust. And so there are some changes sometimes in our weather that occur with Saharan dust. I mean, I wouldn't say there's a lot of, you know, good that comes from it. There are some pros, but it really does, you know, unfortunately, it's something that you really feel if you're asthmatic or have trouble breathing. It really can mess with you. Now, if we put this is the next 10 days. So, you know, not this weekend, but, you know, next weekend. And you can see how it does start to move closer to San Antonio, this Saharan dust. So we're going to keep an eye on this and see if this, is going to be a problem, and just kind of how much we can expect and how close to San Antonio we can expect to see this. So we will definitely keep an eye on this. All right, so what happens when the Saharan dust returns to South Texas is, like I said, for those who have, trouble breathing or any type of breathing, issue, the dust can definitely irritate that, and it can almost just make you feel like you have really bad allergies with dust. And so some people say, that the good thing, I guess, with the dust is it can make more vibrant sunrises and sunsets. And yeah, it definitely does change a little bit of the colors and makes them also a little bit brighter. So that's another way that you know that there's dust in the air. If you wonder why it looks different, that's what's going on. But, we do have a chance for it to move in this weekend, and then, of course, we'll keep an eye on it for the next 10 days as well. But something else with Saharan dust is that it can suppress any tropical development. So that's definitely something else that does affect our weather when it starts to come closer to our area. But let's take a look now at the next 7 days. So what we can expect here, see, I lost my 7 days graphic. Here we go. All right, so for today, we're looking at the coolest day, only a high of 97 degrees. And, we're usually at around 94 for this time of year. That's the average. So just a couple of degrees, above average. Nothing too crazy. But now you can see that the next 7 days, we're not putting any rain chances right now. It's just going to be very sunny, very hot, especially as we go into Monday. We're going to see those temperatures get up to 101, 102 on Tuesday, and then Wednesday as well, we're looking at 102 degrees. Factoring in the humidity with those high dew points, it's going to make it feel much warmer. It can feel up to really 107 degrees when we add that in. So just be careful. If you plan to be outside, it's okay to be out and enjoying, any plans, but just make sure you bring plenty of water. And like I said, just be aware of the heat. And of course, just keep an eye on those neighbors as well, who maybe don't have any good type of ventilation in their home as well, to just keep an eye on them. But I'm going to leave this up for a while so y'all can say that, y'all can see that kind of your 7 days. So I'll keep this up so this can kind of just be a little bit of that. If you have any plans, you can take a look at just how hot it's going to be. But I hope everyone has a great rest of your day. I'm just taking a look at comments to see if anybody has any questions. George says it's a good day to barbecue. It definitely is, because there's no rain that we're looking at. And like I said, we're not looking at 100 degrees, so not as hot. Thank you, Anna. I hope you have a really nice day as well. But yeah, I hope everybody enjoys the rest of your Saturday. And I will be here again tomorrow morning with Jessica. And so we will be here to start off your news for your Sunday. But that's pretty much all I have. Hope that everyone has a great rest of your Saturday.